my favorite people and one of my favorite singer-songwriters is not here tonight, but I'm going to welcome.
Hey, good one. Thanks, Randy. Man, this is fun. I love it. It's already fun. I haven't even played a note. I gave Noonie a piece of paper and asked him to tell me what to play. So I'm gonna just kind of run down this list. I may throw a couple in that aren't on the list for the first set, and then the second set's up for grabs. And it's always fun if there's something of mine that you want to hear. I will be happy to do it.
Martin's son.
It's on the list.
You knew that he was going to say that. He says that every time he plays.
All right. Start out with something short. I stopped to smell the flowers, 7 wasted hours. I have not done a thing all day, but I won't let that bother me. I won't be losing any sleep, 'cause somebody's doing something somewhere. Well, maybe I should take a nap or read a magazine, or sit here flipping channels, or grab a bite to eat. This lifestyle's sure seductive, but I don't feel unproductive, 'cause somebody's doing something somewhere. I should do the wash, or at least go to the gym. Yeah, I probably ought to mow the lawn, but this hammock that I'm in is awfully damn seductive, and I don't feel unproductive, 'cause somebody's doing something somewhere. Somebody's doing something somewhere. Somebody's doing something somewhere. Thank you. Here's a Beatles song. Perfect place to play this. This is called Enough. It's enough to be loved. It's enough to belong to someone like I do. It's enough to be loved when the one who loves you more than life, just like you do. When the world turns too fast and the future has become the past too soon, it seems that with you, time is still, and your touch can warm the coldest winter chill. Enough for me. You give me all they'll ever need. If I have your love, that's more than enough. When the clouds hide the sun, there is light in your eyes that shine, and that's enough for me. Thank you very much. Well, this will just shock you right out of your seat. And this says something about you. Where is Noonie? Is he hiding?
In case it didn't work out good.
This was like the third one that crossed his mind.
I bet I know what it is.
1:45, nowhere to go. You order one more, the bartender says no. You should have been home several hours ago. What the hell, so what else is new? Your wife probably chained and bolted the door, so you'd have to knock, yeah, she's done that before. Your dog would start barking and pee on the floor, so what are you going to do? The waitress is showing romantic intentions as you gather your car keys. She casually mentions that if it's not out of your way, she could use a lift home. 4:45, the waitress she snores. You carry your boots to the patio door, but she's got a dog you didn't notice before, and he's roughly twice your size. The ears start to twitch, shows you his teeth. You back away slowly on unsteady knees. Return to the bed and crawl under the sheets with Rover right by your side. And as the minutes tick by, you happen to spy what you failed to notice before. The waitress in white on her wedding night, and the groom in a blue uniform. Oh, 8:45, dog by your side, sound of a car door slamming outside. Nowhere to run to and nowhere to hide. Whatever will be, will be. Key in the lock, he opens the door, calls to the beast that's asleep on the floor. Big tail wagging, he runs out the door, and just like that you're free. And safe at the wheel of your automobile, you count your good fortunes again. You look death in the eye, and you still did not die. Now don't it feel good to gamble and win? 9:45, you're finally back home. Seems like a week, maybe two, you've been gone. But why is the furniture out on the lawn, and most of your clothing too? Your key doesn't open, lock on the door. Your wife says she just couldn't take any more. It seems like it cost you a little bit more than only an hour or two. Hey buddy, it sucks to be you.
That kind of crap.
It is. Pressure's off. My phone rang a couple of days after I got this CD done. It was on my first CD. Actually, my second one, if you count Alpha Songs, it came out first. My dad calls me at 2:30 in the morning. I'm a little uncomfortable with track 12.
Your dad's a preacher. You got to preface with that.
Yeah, but he's, he likes Jimmy Buffett and stuff. He's,
Jimmy's not his son.
That's true. Good point. Was the Buffett thing, did the Buffett thing remind you of palm trees? And then
You got me in the mood for it.
I went sailing. I actually went to a sailing school years and years ago. I've been down there many times since, but I went to a sailing school in the British Virgin Islands off Tortola. And it was a real intense school, and you had class half of the day, and then you had actual sailing the other half of the day. And you learned a lot of practical things, but you also learned the theory behind it and all the rigging and stuff that you might not see on normal kind of boats. And they didn't have normal boats there. They had racing yachts, and they had all the bells and whistles. And so you learned how to use all that stuff, spinnakers and how to judge winds. And anyway, so my instructor was only a couple of years older than me. I was still in college. This guy had just graduated from college a year before and had gotten this dream job as an instructor. And they put him up in this little bungalow on the side of the hill, and all he did was teach people like me how to sail. And so I was sitting with him the last night that we were there, been there about 10 days, and was having dinner at his little apartment. And I said, what's it like to live in paradise? You know, how cool is that? And he said, well, it's pretty cool, but everybody leaves. And I hadn't thought about that. So anyway, that's where this song came from. It's called Paradise. Full moon rises and paints the sea a silver blue. He begins to hum a Caribbean tune. He looks into her eyes and says it all just one side. It's so hard to say goodbye to this paradise and the island life. She would trade it all for a single reason why. He asked her once again to come along with him and leave her home behind. But she knows too well that paradise is hard to find. Sea breeze dances, fades away to the sun. She turns and walks along the beach alone. And now this tiny island no longer feels like home at all. And the tears begin to fall. This island life is no longer paradise. She had it all, but she threw it all aside. How could she have failed to see home is where the heart can beat as one with another? Yeah, paradise is hard to find. And brings an unexpected chill. With every day her heart grows colder still. There are no second chances. She gave up hoping long ago, but tonight it feels as though he's by her side. Must be the silver light of the quarter moon, playing tricks upon her eyes. A long ago forgotten tune breaks the silence in the room, and there in the doorway he walks into the light. They hold each other tight, and once again it's paradise. Thank you. All right, Randy, would you please pass out the little umbrellas for everyone's drinks?
I want a
Okay.
pina colada with
Thank you.
mine. I don't want just.
Should have done that before the song, probably. I'm going to do one that I just like this song. I was trying to write something with real economy. I didn't want a whole lot of syllables. Already in this introduction, there's more syllables than the actual song. So this is called Monday. Monday traffic, standard part of coming home. He's in no hurry, not much waiting, so why should he hurry at all? Downtime looming, things won't get done. He's unmotivated. What's the difference? Who would notice? And he feels empty. Each day is just like the last. And every day is Monday. Saturday just never seems to find him. Friends don't see it, much less family. Only strangers notice when he's drinking alone. There goes someone with nothing to go home to. Poor bastard's lonely. Check out that car he's driving. Nice ride. And he feels empty. Each day is just like the last. And every day is Monday. Saturday just never seems to find him. Monday traffic, in no hurry, not much waiting, downtime looming, things won't get done. What's the difference? Who would notice? Thank you. We'll go the kindergarten route for a couple of songs. Alpha Songs has just been the greatest teaching tool ever for me.
Those who don't know what that is.
I'll tell you. Some of you know, some of you don't. I'm a kindergarten teacher. 2 days ago, I really looked like a kindergarten teacher. Long, straight hair, jumper with an apple on the front. But I'm changing my image a little bit. But I've taught kindergarten for 20 years now, and this is a real handy little tool because they'll laugh at anything, and they'll remember anything that has rhythm and rhyme to it. And if you want them to remember letter sounds, which you do at kindergarten, because that's the bulk of your language arts curriculum is breaking words down into their pieces of sound, and so they call it phonemic awareness. Basically, it's just hearing the sounds in words. Here's one about the letter J. Anybody start with J in here? All right. Well, hey, this is your lucky night. John James Jingleheimer Jr. knew the sound that was made by letter J. And all the other kids in his kindergarten class, they were jealous of the J's in Johnny's name. Till one day the teacher introduced them to Janie, Joni, Jenny, Jamie, James. And everybody knew that this new student had even more J's than Johnny in her name. But what came next was unexpected. Another new student came along, and this one's name was Jeremiah Jackson, Johnson, Jeb, Jermaine, Jarrell, Jerome. And that was only just his first name. His middle one was Jimmy, Jackie, Joe. And his last name was Jefferson, Jawalski, Jenkins, Jasper, Jarvis, Justin, Joyner, Jones. Well, John James Jingleheimer Jr. and Janie, Joni, Jenny, Jamie, James, and all the other students in that kindergarten class became experts at the sound of letter J. Now, when you clap for that, you're supposed to do this. All right, so we'll do another one of these. The way Alpha Songs came about is when I got promoted. I taught started out in special ed, and then I taught first grade for a couple of years, and then I got promoted to kindergarten. And I went back and got took the test and got my early childhood certification so I could do it legally. Because, getting paid to sit on the floor and sing about ducks, that's a cool day job. So I was all over that. So, but then I went looking for music to teach, and everything was to the tune of, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, and Row, Row Your Boat. And it was like, God, these kids are probably sick of that stuff. There's this one little thing they gave me. All the kindergarten teachers, their heart was in the right place because they knew that I was coming to a new grade level and I needed materials. And so one of them gave me this tape and said, "This is great for the alphabet. You're gonna love this." And it went something like that. I won't do the whole thing for you. It went, apple, apple, a, apple, apple, a. Boring, boring, be boring. So I'm thinking, I cannot teach with this shit. I just can't. So I went home and wrote a B song, and I wrote an A song, and I wrote a C, and it took me all year. That was back in the days when we had Letter of the Week. So I kind of knew, well, I better show up Monday morning with a new song, because they got to where they sort of expected it. And then we sang it every morning. It was got them all focused, and then I wrote these little lesson plans to go with each letter. And then I did the CD, and I put it online, and then I put the lesson plans on a website, and I got to tell you, it's paid for itself many times over. But apart from that, it's really a good teaching tool. So, but this one is a sing-along, and you guys, I'm counting on you. All right. We're going to scare Randy and Helen's neighbors. And you'll get it. I'm not even going to tell you what the lyric is, because you'll get it. In a sleepy southern suburb lived a snake named Samuel South. Got any ideas what letter we're doing? With his 7 serpent sisters in a 7-story house. And the house was something special. For a snake it was the best. Samuel South himself designed it in the shape of letter S. Now Samuel and his sisters, they were suited to their home. Since they themselves were S-shaped, they could slither, they could roam up and down the S-shaped staircase, past the kitchen's curvy walls, to the squiggly S-shaped bedrooms, down the squiggly S-shaped halls. And on Saturdays and Sundays, when their supper time was done, they all would gather around the fire and sing this song. Here's your part. Well, the neighbors were complaining 'cause they soon got pretty tired of the song the snakes were singing weekend nights around the fire. But a snake can only make one sound, the sound of letter. So when Samuel and his sisters sing, it always sounds like this. Well, the neighbors sold their houses, and a bunch more snakes moved in. And now Samuel and his sisters have a bunch of S-shaped friends. And on Saturdays and Sundays, if you listen, you can hear Samuel singing with his sisters and his neighbors far and near. Last chance. Do it again. Yeah. Kids, they land in my class. It's pure crapshoot. You know, it's not really that they don't request my class over another kindergarten. They're scared to send their kid to school anyway. And they land in my class, and their life is going along like this, and it goes ever so slightly this way. and all the other kids are like here. And, by the end of kindergarten, they're really only here. But by 5th grade...
Greg, share your Bob Dylan story.
Well, I like for them to know who Bob Dylan and John Lennon and all these great people are. And I think that ought to be in the curriculum. It's not, but it should be. And so because no one's watching, sometimes we'll sing things as Bob Dylan would sing them. And so they go home, and they're sitting around the dinner table and they're going, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And I get an email or a phone call from the parents going, what the like, well, it's important. They need to. And we say, we do happy birthday. A happy birthday to you. It's fun. It's fun. Here's a song about perspective. Perspective is a choice. As our friend Tommy Holden would say, he signs all of his emails, be happy, it's a choice. I like that. I had come to the end of my rope with my problems. So we went out walking, my troubles and I. And in a downtown back alley, I met an old man with nothing but holes in his shoes and a smile in his eyes. He said, son, what's your trouble? You look like you're dying. Well, I began to walk past, then I turned to ask why. That a man who had nothing but the clothes he was wearing would look at the world through a wealthy man's eyes. And he said, son, I just don't see the glass is half empty. The sun's gotta set if you want it to rise. And I rejoice in the fact that the thorn bush has roses, and I look for the patches of blue in the sky. I sat down beside him. We talked of the places and the people that he'd known as the hours slid by. And my troubles flowed out of my soul like a river. And I stood to leave. He looked into my eyes. He said, son, don't forget you can see what you want to. He gave me a smile as I turned to go. But when I look back to thank him, that alley was empty, except for the echo of the words that he spoke. He said, son, don't be thinking the glass is half empty. The sun's gotta set if you want it to rise. Just rejoice in the fact that the thorn bush has roses, and look for the patches of blue in the sky. He said, son, don't be thinking the glass is half empty. The sun's gotta set if you want it to rise. Just rejoice in the fact that the thorn bush has roses, and look for the patches of blue in the sky. Just rejoice in the fact that the thorn bush has roses, and look for the patches of blue in the sky. Thank you. Helen, you gotta sing this with me. Okay. This is on the surface, it's a song about a guitar, and deeper than that, it's a song about doing what you were designed to do. Turns out I was designed to warp young minds with music.
You're doing such a good job.
But the key is finding out. I was made by loving hands in Nazareth, Pennsylvania, in the wintertime of 1939. And the hands that shaped my sides and back have long since been forgotten. But I was built to stand the test of time. I was given to a young man for his high school graduation, For a time I rarely left his side. I helped him learn the music of his hero Woody Guthrie. We had a fine existence, he and I. Then the army called his number, shipped him off to the Pacific, and he never made it home to me again. I was packed away in storage, and the silence nearly killed me. His parents did not seem to understand that all I ever wanted were two hands upon my strings. Somebody who knew just enough to make my rosewood sing. My worth is only measured by the pleasure that I bring to the one who has his hands upon the strings. To the one who has his hands upon the strings. Well, I ended up in Nashville, where an aging country singer paid a fortune just to hang me on a wall. And I appeared on album covers, and I was on the Grand Ole Opry, but he never even played a note at all. Then the IRS came calling. I was rescued from my prison, moved to Liverpool in 1983. I was played and scratched and borrowed. I was pawned and I was stolen, but none of these things mattered much to me, 'cause all I ever wanted were two hands upon my strings. Somebody who knew just enough to make my rosewood sing. My worth is only measured by the pleasure that I bring to the one who has his hands upon the strings. To the one who has his hands upon the strings. And now I'm well past 60 years, and no one can afford me. I'm photographed but rarely ever seen. Well, I would rather end up firewood than to hang in some museum. Won't somebody come and play a song with me? 'Cause all I ever wanted were two hands upon my strings. Somebody who knew just enough to make my rosewood sing. My worth is only measured by the pleasure that I bring to the one who has his hands upon the strings. To the one who has his hands upon the strings. Helen Kennedy. She's the birthday girl. Which, by the way, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Helen. Happy birthday to you. Bob Dylan. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Helen. Happy birthday to you, Elvis. Happy birthday, Helen. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Helen. Happy birthday to you. Y'all ever notice how all Elvis songs, they stop and then they start again? Every one of them. All right, my friend John Drake is here tonight, and Gaby. And they're old high school and college friends and been around for a long time. John remembers this song from a long. He remembers the dog that I wrote this song about. So does Robin. I wrote this for my, actually it was just kind of noodling around, to be honest with you. I'm playing in this open G tuning, and I noticed that my dog, whenever I started playing this little, I think it must have been the harmonics, but it really, she loved it. Whatever she was doing, she would come and stand right in front of me and just look at me. Tail would go around like that. And I'd play it, and I'd look at her, and then I'd play something else, and she'd go lay down, and then I'd start playing it again. She'd get right back up. It's fun. She loved this one. So this is called Read a Girl, and it's a little instrumental thing. And then we'll take a little intermission, and we'll go cool off a little bit and get another drink and come back, and I'll play the rest of Nooney's set list for you. Right back.